welcome to Cooking with SylvMac. Today I am going to be making some curry goat. I'm not going to make it though for today, but I'm going to prep it for today and let you guys see how I do it. Now, I just get my influences of cooking like wherever I go. If I'm like at anyone's house, if they're cooking, I'm in the kitchen and I want to see what they're doing, and I'm looking at tips and techniques and all of that type of stuff. So everywhere that I've gone, I've been influenced, and I like to share that in my cooking. So let's take a look at what I'm doing right now. But before we get started, ooh, I almost forgot. Cheers. Does everyone have their wine? Because you can't cook unless you have a glass of wine. That, according to Mama Mac, God rest her soul. All right, let's take a look. I'll show you. Okay, so here is the goat, and it is chopped up, and it is mixed goat. But I go to this place here in Chandler called the iMart, and it's an international market, and they do fantastic stuff. The goat is super, super fresh. On Thursdays, they actually bring in the carcass, and then they chop it to your liking. So that's the goat that I have there. Before I cook it, I like to just soak it over in my sink with a little bit of water and a little bit of vinegar. Not much, but some vinegar. I use some red wine vinegar because that's what I had in house. But that makes it a little bit more tender, and I just soak it for like maybe 45 minutes to an hour just to get some of that gaminess out. So these are the seasonings that I use to season it. I use some garlic powder, adobo, some black pepper, and I've got back here 5 different types of curry. I'm not going to use all different five different ones. This is the one that I use most of the time, and I got this at Lily's Market. It is another international market. Blue Mountain, it is really good curry. I enjoy it. These I also got at the iMart, and one is for chicken and one is for meat. Honey, let me tell you, this one is hot as all get out. It'll make you slap your mama. But I'm not going to use that one today. I think I will use this one. This is hot, but it's not as hot as the other one. Then what I like to do is I squeeze a little lemon over it. I cut up some onions, and with the lemon, I put lemon on everything. I just think it brightens up everything a little bit. So maybe just a half a lemon. And then I've got here, we don't have Scotch bonnet peppers. We only have, here in Arizona, we have the habanero pepper. So I'm gonna, once I braise it, I will put this in whole. Don't puncture it, because if you puncture it, it will make it way too hot. But this will give it a nice peppery flavor. So I'll put a whole one in there when I'm braising it. So I'm gonna season it, put it all together, put it in a Ziploc bag, and then I will put it in the refrigerator, let it marinate overnight, and then I will cook it tomorrow in a braiser and braise it for about 3 hours at maybe 300 degrees. I marinated it overnight, so it is really good and flavorful, that meat. And now I'm about to saute it, make the roux or some gravy, and then I'm gonna braise it for about 3 hours or so. Also, just got out of the pool, so that's why I'm in my swimsuit. So I have browned all of the goat, and I browned it in batches, and I put a shallot in there, and a little bit more olive oil, and about 2 tablespoons of flour. So now I'm kind of cooking the flour out. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of my favorite. I use this to make my stock with, and it is better than bouillon, but it's the roasted garlic base. So I did this, put it in there. So, I don't know, you want to have it about maybe, when you're braising something, you don't want to cover it completely. What you want to do is that you want some of the meat sticking out. You just want to kind of bring it up to about 3/4 of the way of whatever it is that you're braising. Also, what I ended up doing is I used the better than bouillon base, but I always use hot water when I'm pouring in and making my little gravy. So there's a little bit more in there. So now what I'm going to end up doing is just pretty much taking all of the goat that I have cooked up over here and browned. I'm going to put it in here. Then I'm going to cover it and braise it oh, let's see, at 300 degrees for about, I would say maybe for about 3 hours or so. I'll check it every hour. And then I'll also make some rice and peas to go along with it. All right, thanks for watching.